These struggles often stem from geography and economics determined who you married. You likely chose someone from your own village, whose family shared your social or religious class. Today, smartphones provide access to thousands of potential dates in an instant, replacing local communities with a global, digital marketplace. Many of us approach this marketplace expecting to find a soulmate through a sense of destiny or a spontaneous chemical reaction. In practice, we navigate our romantic options using the same cognitive tools we use to buy consumer goods online. Research into decision-making shows that we frequently make choices that contradict our own best interests. When we apply our intuitive and often flawed reasoning to the dating market, we tend to repeat patterns that keep us single. These struggles often stem from three specific psychological blind spots. These archetypes are defined by unrealistic expectations regarding our own readiness, the nature of love, or the qualities of a partner. Building a lasting relationship requires viewing your love life as a sequence of choices rather than a series of accidents. Finding a partner begins with identifying which of these blind spots is currently influencing your decisions. The hesitator believes they must reach a state of personal perfection before they are ready to date. They might delay putting themselves out there until they lose weight, get a promotion, or feel more financially stable. This creates an intention-action gap, the space between wanting a partner and taking the actual steps to find one. By waiting for an ideal future version of themselves, they stay trapped in a cycle of procrastination. This graph illustrates the high opportunity cost of waiting. Because the hesitator avoids dating, their data-gathered line stays at 0. They aren't learning what they actually value in a partner. The active dater, meanwhile, tests their assumptions and refines their search based on real-world feedback. Overcoming this hesitation requires setting hard, short-term deadlines to force a change in behavior. By committing to a date within a 3-week window, a person can begin shifting their identity from someone who is preparing to someone who is actively looking for love. Waiting to feel 100% ready rarely leads to action. Since everyone is imperfect, starting the process now provides the experience necessary to navigate a relationship later. The Romanticizer is often influenced by cultural narratives, like those popularized by Walt Disney, that frame love as a magical force of nature. They wait for a cinematic meet-cute and believe that once they find the one, the relationship will be effortless. This soulmate mindset suggests that satisfaction comes solely from finding the right person. Relationship science points toward the work-it-out mindset as a more successful alternative, the belief that love is an ongoing effort that partners must actively maintain. Many romanticizers suffer from the happily ever after fallacy, the idea that finding a partner is the final goal. In a long-term relationship, finding a partner is actually the starting point for decades of shared logistical and emotional work. Because this archetype expects a frictionless romance, they are prone to abandoning highly compatible partners at the first sign of conflict. They view normal relationship hurdles as evidence that they haven't found their soulmate yet. The maximizer focuses on finding the best possible partner by exploring every available option. Even in a good relationship, they may find themselves wondering if they could be slightly happier with someone else. The infinite choice provided by dating apps often triggers the paradox of choice. Having too many options can lead to analysis paralysis, making it difficult to commit to any single person for fear of missing out on a better match. Mathematics provides a solution to this indecision, called the secretary problem, or the 37% rule. If you assume you will look for a partner between the ages of 18 and 40, this rule suggests drawing a line at age 26. You use the first 37% of your dating window to establish a benchmark, the best person you've dated so far. Once you pass that mark, the optimal strategy is to commit to the very next person you meet who is better than that benchmark. Making a firm commitment like this triggers our brain's natural process of rationalization. Once a decision becomes irreversible, we begin to focus on our partner's positive traits, which helps convince us we made the right choice. This is why satisficers, people who commit once their criteria are met, tend to be happier than maximizers. Lasting satisfaction comes from the stability of a commitment rather than the endless search for a perfect solution. Even when we understand our blind spots, biology can still lead us astray. We often select partners based on the prom date rubric, traits like looks or status that are exciting in the short term, rather than the qualities of a life partner. This happens because of present bias, an error where we overvalue immediate rewards. On this graph, the prom date line, representing superficial thrills, starts high but decays over time. The life partner line, representing trust and reliability, starts lower but climbs as the relationship deepens. The decay of that first line is due to adaptation. Our brains eventually normalize even the most impressive traits, like a partner's wealth or physical appearance. Once the novelty fades, the success of the partnership depends entirely on the qualities that provide long-term stability. To find a lasting partner, we have to look past the focusing illusion, our tendency to overestimate the importance of easily observable traits. We have to prioritize qualities that contribute to a shared life over those that only contribute to a great first date. There is no perfect person waiting to be discovered. The most effective strategy to find love is to choose a compatible partner, commit to them intentionally, and do the consistent work required to build a life together.